That is an iconic song. Love is All You Need by the Beatles. In today's world, daily, we're given such images of negativity, hatred, violence, despair, that sometimes we forget the simple message that love is all you need. Tonight, what I'd like to do is to have everyone refocus their energy on those four letters. Love. And to illustrate that, I will take a step back into the past and share a personal story with you all. The year is around 1960 or 61. There's a young Edward Jr. called Junie by his girlfriend at the time, Maxine. These two start out with a puppy love in the infant stages. After some years pass by, that puppy love blooms into a full-blown love, and they're crazy about each other until one day, Edward comes home, and there's a letter in his mailbox. Edward Young, you are hereby ordered for induction into the armed forces of the United States. At this point in time, Edward and Maxine were forced with the fact that their love might be ending. Edward goes off to boot camp, but his love for Maxine never leaves. One day as he's talking with a friend of his, he says, "Excuse me, but I need to make a phone call." He goes to a payphone, pulls out a nickel, that's what it cost back then, dials the number, waits for it to ring, and there's an answer. I'm not sure exactly what he said, but I can imagine it went something like this. "Baby, it's me. Look, don't talk, just listen. Now, I don't know if I'm gonna be coming home from this war, but I know one thing's for sure. My chances to come home are a lot stronger if I know that you're the woman I'll be with for the rest of my life. I love you, and will you marry me?" He hangs up the phone. Not long after, on Christmas Eve, the 17-year-old Maxine and the 20-year-old Edward are wed. Not longer after that, he ships off to Vietnam. Thankfully, he returns, and several years later, this now married couple was given their greatest gift of all, me. Now, while on the topic of me, I have two confessions. One, being the namesake of my father and grandfather and the youngest son, I might have been a little spoiled.
Yeah.
Two, I'm a mama's boy. Sorry, Dad. But it's true. I'm a mama's boy through and through, and anybody that knows me can tell you that. So, as a college sophomore, when my mother called me at school and said to me, "Son, I want you to come home for summer. I know you're playing football. I know you've reached your dream to make it to the Division I level, but this summer I want you to come home and go to a smaller school, be a big fish in a small pond." It was a hard decision for me, but I obliged, and I returned home. That summer, about a week before Father's Day, me and my mom plotted on getting my dad a Father's Day gift. The latest technology of the day. And I'll age myself a bit by admitting that it was a DVD player. So, a few days before Father's Day, my sister came by with my nephews in the car, and we went out to the mall. I got my gift. We came home. My mom came out to the car. She said, "Go hide the gift in the house." Said hello to my nephews, and as my sister drove off, she walked across the street to talk to our neighbor. I ran inside, hid the gift, but when my mom came back to the door, something was different. Sentence 1. Jimmy, help me. I'm sick. Mama! Mama! Daddy! Sentence 2. I don't want to die. She said as we carried her to the couch in the family room. Sentence 3. And she pulled me close. Baby, I love you. That third sentence was the last sentence I ever heard my mother speak. Less than 24 hours later, she was gone. This life, this thing called life, so often we go through emotions, we take it for granted, think every day is promised when, in fact, every minute, not even second, is promised. My request for each of you here tonight, myself included, is to think about someone close to you that maybe you haven't seen in a while or spoken to in a while that you care about deeply, and reach out to them. Don't just call them. Seek them out. Look them in their eyes and tell them you love them like there's no tomorrow. Because sometimes tomorrow never comes. That'll toast me.